Cool. It's beginning. This is a quick refresher of what we spoke about in class today. Take all of this down, Unit 5, the title, and this stuff down, and then press play when you're done with that. Let's continue. So we talked about these two triangles. They're special right triangles. This one is a 45, 45, 90, and this one is a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Both are special. They follow these rules that are listed here, and they correspond to any triangle that's like that. So in this case, the hypotenuse is 1. This is the triangle I said would match up to the unit circle. If the hypotenuse is 1, that means that 1 equals a squared root of 2. I solve for a. I get a equals 1 over square root of 2, and I said, not good enough. Let's rationalize the denominator, and we end up getting the square root of 2 over 2. And since that this is a, and that's what we solved for, that means that this is square root of 2 over 2, and that's square root of 2 over 2. Now, how I said it connected to the unit circle, as I said, it would match up, because it does. Here's half of our unit circle. This red, or orange, corresponds to the 45, 45, 90. I know that the hypotenuse of that is 1, because that's what the radius of the unit circle is, which tells me that this side is square root of 2 over 2, this side is square root of 2 over 2, which means that this is my x value, and then again, this side would be my y value, which is the same, square root of 2 over 2. Now, the next part of this is we need to, for one, construct this line if you're using this unit circle because it was faded. We need to find all of the corresponding parts. So they're basically the middle in these groups of 3. This smallish line here is a 30-degree line. This is 60. And half in between each of these right angles, half of that, of course, would be 45. So this point corresponds to this point, and this point. If we move this point over here, my y value stays the same. So that's just this. But my x value, it's the same distance, but it's in the other direction. Good, good, you thought about that. It would be a negative square root of 2 over 2. So you want to do the same thing for these other 2 points as well. Okay, let's go on, move back to triangles. Back to triangles. You'll be devastatingly lost if you're not taking notes on both your unit circle and on this piece of paper, so make sure that you are. Back to this unit circle. So, or this triangle, I have a hypotenuse of 1 here and 1 here. Notice that they're the same exact triangle. I've just drawn them differently. Now, according to my triangle, it says that the hypotenuse is 2a, and the smaller side is a. So that means that 1 is equal to the hypotenuse. Divide both sides by 2. Now you get that a is a half. That means I can just write a half here. And I can write a half square root of 3, or just the square root of 3 over 2 there. Now how do these sides correspond to this triangle? Well, pretty close to the same. Let's see, this is the hypotenuse, this is the smaller side, and this is the longer leg. So I've got that triangle done. Now use this triangle again to construct the right coordinates on your unit circle. So make sure that you have your unit circle and these notes out. Now look, I've got this drawn just like this, and it corresponds to this green triangle here, this green triangle. So here I have it, the green triangle. Now, in this case, look, my radius is still 1, my hypotenuse is still 1, and it says that this side is a half, so that means that's a half, and it means that this long side is, square root of 3 over 2, square root of 3 over 2. So how far over have I gone? That's right, square root of 3 over 2. How high up have I gone? 1/2. Now let's bring this down and look at the blue triangle. The blue triangle matches up to this one perfectly. What's this side length? It's a half. How high up is it? Square root of 3 over 2. So that means I'm going over my x value 1/2, and I'm going up square root of 3 over 2. And I'll just fill that in from class, and we're done. Let's change our focus to degrees. So I want to kind of analyze exactly degrees. I have 0 here, all the way around to be 360. And if I go in terms of right angles, we said already that all 4 of these are right angles. So 0 plus 90 would be 90. 90 plus 90 would be 180. 180 plus 90, 270, and so on. We're done. Now if I split that in half, if I split this in half, that would be this line right here. That's right, this would be 45. So notice that if I split all of these in half, that would be 90 plus 45, 180 plus 45, 270 plus 45. So get those down. Done. Now the next thing that I want to look at is this bigger pizza slice. I call these pizza slices, which I know is terribly unreasonable. Maybe pie slices would be better. But we want to think about the size of these. We already know from our other example that this is a 60-degree angle, because I said so. So let's count up by 60s now. This would be 60. 60 plus 60 would be, like this is the next slice. Do you see how this slice is the same as this, is the same as this? Right, so you want to look at the sizes. Make sure that you're clear on it. Look at the sizes. I can divide this into 6 sections. So this is 60 plus 60 would be 120, plus 60 would be 180, plus 60 again, that's right, 240, plus 60 again, 300, and now you're seeing how these dots work. The last one is the smallest slice. The smallest slice of pizza is half of 60. That's right, so it's 30. So you can just find each even, so not a 45-degree angle, but each 30 or 60, and just add 30 to it. So count by 30. 30 plus 30 is 60, plus 60 is 90, plus 30 is 120, plus 30 is 120 plus 30, yeah, 150. Plus 30 is 180, plus 30 is 210. And I've got everything filled out until here, so 300 plus 30, 330. We're going to look at this again. So we have all of our degrees filled out, and I need to fill out all of my coordinates. We did it for square root of 2 over 2 already. We need to do it for the rest of these. So I'll just do one more example, and then we'll move on to the next subject. Let's look at this set of points here. This set of points is square root of 3 over 2 comma 1/2. If I kind of sketch a line across, it would say that this reflects. So it would be like this triangle right there. That reflects with the green, which means that I would use the same points here. It's still the same height, which is 1/2. It's still the same distance, the square root of 3 over 2. The only difference is I went from 0 to square root of 3 over 2 to the right. This one time I went to the left, and so I need to add a negative there. Something that might be really simple, because it is look at what happens in each quadrant. So in quadrant 1, x's and y's are both positive. Yeah, that's right, so positive. So I could write positive comma positive here. In quadrant 2, x is negative and y is positive. In quadrant 3, both are negative. Quadrant 4, my x is positive, but my y is negative. So that's literally all I need to be able to get all of this done. We'll check it first thing tomorrow.